Hamster Kombat players, influencers, and investors. Could we really push the HMSTR token price over 50 cents? With the token generation event just around the corner and the community buzzing, all signs point to a massive surge. But how high can it really go? Stick around as we dive into how market sentiment, influences, and some key strategies could make HMSTR the next big token in crypto gaming. You don't want to miss this. Let's kick things off by talking about the incredible force of market sentiment. If you've been in the crypto space for a while, you probably remember the massive wave that hit when Axie Infinity, AXS, first launched. It wasn't just a game, it was a movement. The idea of play-to-earn gaming was so new and exciting that the buzz around Axie took over the entire gaming and crypto community. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. At launch, AXS was trading at just 10 cents, barely a blip on the radar. But over time, as more and more people caught on to the potential of Axie's play-to-earn model, the price absolutely exploded. By 2021, AXS was trading for over $160, a 1600x increase. Think about that for a second. Anyone who got in early saw life-changing gains, all because of the power of market sentiment. But why did this happen? It wasn't just about Axie Infinity being a great game, though that certainly helped. It was about the belief, the expectation, that this game was going to revolutionize how people earned money through gaming. That belief is what drove millions of people to buy into the token, even before the project fully matured. People wanted to be a part of something groundbreaking, and that collective optimism pushed prices to new heights. Now, fast forward to today, and we're seeing something similar happening with Hamster Kombat. The excitement around this game is building fast, especially with the upcoming airdrop and the game's unique mechanics. Hamster Kombat has already captured the attention of thousands of players, and the anticipation is growing every day. If we've learned anything from projects like Axie, it's that market sentiment can push token prices to unimaginable levels when there's enough hype behind it. And with HMSTR building that same level of excitement in the community, it's not far-fetched to think that we could see a similar trend unfolding right here. Imagine being part of the Hamster Kombat movement before it blows up. That's the power of getting in early when sentiment is on your side. So, what does this mean for the potential listing price of HMSTR? Well, if the buzz keeps growing the way it has been, we could see the price quickly rise beyond initial expectations. We're not just talking about a few percentage points. This could be a major breakout, especially once the token generation event hits. Players, influencers, and investors alike are waiting for their chance to jump in, and as we've seen before, positive sentiment can create massive waves in the market. So, keep an eye on the momentum. Hamster Kombat could be poised to follow in the footsteps of other successful projects, and if market sentiment keeps building, we might be looking at a price surge that no one saw coming. Alright, now let's talk about one of the most powerful forces in the crypto space, the influencers. These are the people with massive followings who can take a relatively unknown project and shine a spotlight on it, pushing it into the mainstream in a matter of days. We've seen this play out time and time again, but one of the most notable examples is what happened with the Sandbox, Sand. When the Sandbox started gaining traction, its price was hovering around 5 cents. But when big influences in the crypto and gaming space started creating content, explaining the potential of virtual land sales, the price didn't just rise, it exploded. At its peak, Sand hit nearly $8.40. That's an insane return for early investors, all fueled by the awareness and excitement that influences created. But why does this happen? It all comes down to social proof. When someone with 500,000 or even 1 million followers tweets, posts, or uploads a video about a token, people pay attention. Suddenly, everyone is talking about it, and the buzz begins to grow. The influences create a sense of urgency and exclusivity, and when they start buying in or sharing their excitement, everyone else follows, thinking, if they're in, I need to be in too. And this is where the magic of FOMO, the fear of missing out, kicks in. People don't want to be left behind. They see prices rising, they see influences hyping it up, and they start to think, what if I miss out on the next big thing? This drives demand, and with more buyers flooding in, the price continues to climb. Now, imagine if the top crypto YouTubers and gaming influencers start focusing their attention on Hamster Kombat. You could have influencers with millions of subscribers hyping up the airdrop, discussing the unique gameplay mechanics, and sharing their strategies for maximizing profits in the game. It's going to create a frenzy, and you'll see everyone rushing to buy HMSTR before the price goes through the roof. And we've seen this kind of massive price surge before. Take projects like Decentraland, MANA, or even Illuvium, ILV, all of them saw huge price increases after influencers started talking about them. In fact, after key influencers started creating content around Decentraland, it went from being an under-the-radar project to one of the biggest players in the metaverse space, with Mana shooting up to over $5.80 at its peak. And it all started with awareness. If the top influencers in the space start talking about Hamster Kombat, the exact same thing could happen with HMSTR. The more people hear about the project, the more they'll want to jump in, and that's when we could see prices rise exponentially. Social proof plus FOMO equals explosive growth. So, don't underestimate the power of influencers. Once they start talking about Hamster Kombat, the buzz will create a ripple effect, driving prices higher and higher. And the early adopters? They'll be sitting on a potential goldmine. Let's not forget about timing and announcements. Just like when Illuvium, ILV, dropped key updates about its game features and partnerships, the token saw a massive spike. These announcements were timed perfectly with major events, and the same could happen with Hamster Kombat. If the devs drop some exciting news right before or during the token generation event, we could see a rush of new buyers driving up the price. Strategic partnerships with platforms like OKX could be another game changer. If news about a big exchange listing or exclusive in-game benefits breaks at the right moment, it could boost the token's price beyond expectations. Alright, it's time for some predictions. Given what we've seen with similar tokens like Axie and the Sandbox, I'm estimating that HMSTR could list anywhere between 5 cents to 10 cents. But, and this is the exciting part, if the buzz keeps growing and influencers do their thing, we could see HMSTR hit 50 cents or even higher in the early stages. Remember, this isn't just wishful thinking. We've seen tokens with smaller communities explode in value. And with Hamster Kombat boasting over 55 million active users, the potential is massive. The more people get involved, the more demand there will be, and that could push the price to levels none of us saw coming. One last thing to keep in mind, FOMO. We've seen it time and time again. Once people see a token rising, they rush in to buy before the price gets out of reach. It's what happened with Mana, Sand, and so many other tokens, and it could easily happen here with HMSTR. So, my advice: stay alert. Keep your eyes on the TGE, watch for influencer mentions, and be ready to move when the time is right. The early bird gets the worm, or in this case, the hamster. So, what do you think? Will Hamster Kombat's token take off after launch? Drop your price predictions in the comments below, and let's get the discussion going. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more updates on Hamster Kombat and the latest in crypto gaming. Thanks for watching, warriors, and see you in the next video. Quick reminder, make sure you're ready for the airdrop. Whether you're using OKX or an alternative like Bybit, get set up now to claim your tokens before they're gone.